Well now, I don't rightly know if this'll ruffle any feathers, but folks deserve to hear the story straight. And by straight, I mean the way we tell it down at the feed store. Good evening, folks. This is Kitty O'Compost coming to you from the Sunflower Ballroom in the Hotel Prairie Belle, right here in the fine town of Prairie Belle, Iowa. Tonight we've got Clarence Hubble and his Iowa Cornfield Serenaders, and Clarence is kicking us off with a little number he calls Bale Toss Boogie. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to break in on your two-step, but we've just had word from the Council on Narrative Morality. At exactly 8:02 Central, they called an emergency meeting over growing fears that works of fiction, especially the satirical kind, are cutting into what they call real-world productivity, trademarked. Committee Chair Mildred Cogswell said the trouble starts small, people's daydreaming in staff meetings, maybe smiling at strangers in the produce aisle, but she claims it's getting worse. Things like dangerous inspiration, hopeful subplots, and even kindness between rival characters. The council is floating a proposal to make every author register their plot outlines ahead of time, with penalties for any chapter that leaves readers more hopeful than the national average. And folks, this is the part that worries me most. They've asked citizens to report any book that makes you want to take the afternoon off, plant a garden, or call up an old friend. This is Kitty O'Compost reminding you to keep your eyes open, your library cards handy, and your fiction mildly uninspiring, at least until this blows over. Hi, friends, and welcome back to Pieces Here. I'm Avis Kalfsbeck, author of the Peter the Water Dog Saves the Planet series. If you've just tuned in, don't worry, no authors were actually harmed in the making of that last announcement. We're in launch week for Mono Mutante, Book 6, an exuberant, dirt-splattered food adventure with a conscience. All this week, I'm sharing short excerpts that capture the humor, the heartbreak, and the hope behind this eco-satirical road trip through the monoculture Midwest. This excerpt from Chapter 11 also connects to something special. Mono Mutante includes a short story in letter form, the one Camas discovers from her mom in this scene. Enjoy the episode. If you're ready to jump in, you can find Mono Mutante wherever books are sold or at aviskalfsbeck.com/mono-mutante. This is an excerpt from Chapter 11 of Mono Mutante. Tilly reaches up to pick a peach. Stop. I can't even have a peach? This farm isn't organic. God knows what's sprayed on there. Tilly sighs, setting the peach gently on the ground. Hard to believe something that beautiful could be toxic. They reach the white farmhouse with its weathered front porch, surrounded by heirloom and prairie roses in faded shades of pink and red and tall white oaks. Wow, Cam, what a cool place. They leave their bikes and head upstairs, a few creaky floorboards echoing behind them. Camus opens the door to a little girl's room. Shelves lined with rescue heroes flank a twin bed covered with a handmade quilt. "Aw, this was your room," Tilly whispers. A tiny desk with cup holders for crayons sits in the corner. Above it, drawings of Pokemon figures fill the wall, fastened by crooked, aged tape pieces. Nice drawings. That one looks like a turkey vulture. That's Manabuzz, and that's Volibee, her baby form. This one looks like you. Tilly points to a pink, round-faced Pokemon with a spiked blonde bob. That's Smoochum. You know I like smooching Josh. You sure do. Proudly, Camus continues. These are all female Pokemon. Alcremie, Blissey, Bounsweet, Chansey. Tilly interrupts. You've got drawing skills, sister, and it's sweet your mom kept all this. She really wanted a grandchild, Camus says quietly. Tilly turns toward a corner covered in goddess statues. Virgin Mary's, Virgin de Guadalupe, Guanyin, Shakti, and other goddess figurines of various sizes, colors, and shapes, all holding a peaceful, silent court on a hot pink faux fur rug atop a chest. Whoa, are these your Virgin Mother Pokemon? I didn't realize you were such a fan of Mary. Camas laughs. You've seen the tattoo. Camas points to her tattoo sleeve. Yes, but there must be 30 of them. My dad yelled a lot at Mom, at me. I'd lie in my bed and talk to Mary. Mom taught me to meditate. I'd put one of these statues in my pocket and go for a long walk. Why didn't you tell me? Your spirits make more sense to me now. They're part of nature. Mine were about surviving. I can see the appeal. I bet Mary liked nature too. Tilly stands in front of the statues. One, tall with flowing hair, resembles her. I meant, why didn't you tell me about the abuse? Camas shrugs. Whining sucks. There weren't beatings, just stuff like calling my mom an N-lover because she was liberal, showing up drunk at my school, or throwing the tuna casserole on the sidewalk. Shit like that. Why'd he do that? Who the fuck knows? Probably because he was drunk and hated tuna casserole. Her voice cracks. I'm sorry. Tilly hugs her. Thanks. Camas turns to the window. She wipes an eye. Are you okay? I miss Mom. Are you going to keep this place? Tilly asks. I don't know yet. They sit silently. Camas stands, stretching. Hey, let's see if there's any grub in the pantry. As they reach the door, Camas stops. She picks up a 5-inch tall Mary statue from the pink fur altar and slips it into Tilly's pocket. Tilly smiles. Thank you for listening to Pieces Here. Mono Mutante Book 6 in the Pate of the Water Dog Saves the Planet series is available now at all major online retailers and at avaskolfsbeck.com/mono-mutante. It's a wild satirical ride through food, farming, and the messiness of recovery. After this short 8-episode Mono Mutante satire series, coming up next, The Great Disfarmament, a 14-part journey through the history of farming, food systems, weapons, and peace, from ancient spears to seed patents, from Cold War arsenals to compost piles. This bold, story-rich series explores how the world is already moving toward disarmament. Subscribe now so you won't miss an episode. And right now we're live on Kickstarter. Visit avaskolfsbeck.com/Kickstarter to support the launch of One More Year, the stage play, and the Soul Stuff Field Journal, beautiful editions for readers, theaters, and rebels who believe in keeping their stuff and keeping their peace. You can learn more at avaskolfsbeck.com, where I share updates on this podcast and my books, eco-adventure novellas for readers who care about justice, joy, and saving the world, one story at a time. This episode is human narrated by me, but prepared with the help of AI, which has promised to tell me if it makes something up. So far, no confessions, but if you think I've missed something or you just want to say hello, I'd love to hear from you. Podcast music is Dalai Lama Rides a Bike by Javier Peque Rodriguez. You'll find links to his music on Spotify and Bandcamp in the show notes. If you enjoy the show, please leave a rating or review wherever you listen. It helps others discover peaceful, independent storytelling. I'm Avis Kolfsbeck. Until next time, listen for the peace.